Before I show the results of the poll so far, we have had the biggest change of top spots of any class in the history of this poll series, and it's been going for over a year. The science class, I think, is undoubtedly the deepest class in MCOC, and just a couple years ago, it was by far the worst class. But why don't you consider, as we get to the poll results, how many great science champions Kabam has given us since the science class was a joke. Scorpion, Titania, Photon, and Silk are all new-ish. OG Hulk is a new-ish buff. Human Torch also got a buff that people forget about. Spider-Ham, new-ish. So the top 7 of the science class are all newer buffs or newer champs. Spot is also new. The top 8 are new. Quicksilver is also new. Spidey 29's new-ish, but that's how great the science class has improved because of Kabam's hard work. And even though we can be mad at Kabam Mike all day for being an idiot on Twitter, we still have to give Kabam credit where credit is due. The science class is way better off now than it was a couple years ago. And that's because of the hard work of their art team, which, yes, doesn't miss. But now we are voting for another new science champion. Remember I said Spidey 2099 is kind of new? Well, it turns out that he's out of the top 10 because it's Morbin time. And since Morbius is not technically a trophy champ because you can get him in a featured crystal, we can vote on him for the rules of my channel. That means Spidey 2099 has dropped to an honorable mention category. And now it is Morbius versus number 9, Quicksilver. Shout out to XXR25. It's his birthday, and we have a birthday wall to support him with Matthew Robertson, Joel Williams, 1 Jason RL, Israel, Super Soldier 51, Darren, aka DC Metal, Legacy, Doobie Addict, Kickrocks 86, Rob, Horowitz, is that how you say your last name, Rob? Alex Perez, Thanos Star, Jediah, Camacho, Mama Bear, Ryan Veda, TZ Wizard, CL, and Badger Toes. By the way, for those of you who know the rules of my poll series, Shriek has not even won the poll series yet. All right, Rob, I'm thankful for that. Morbius just destroyed Quicksilver. He is now barely in the top 10. He has fallen to number 10, which means he's close to being out, especially because I don't know anybody else who wants to nominate someone. Maybe Void? Do we want to vote on Void tonight? Just to see where he's at? Red Hulk was banished to number 15 last time, so I'm afraid that's not going to work. Even though he's one of my top 10 favorite science champion, I think nobody else shares that belief. And I'm okay with that. He can be my Toad. That's right. After this, we will vote for Sandman and Void, and I think that's probably where it stops. And even though we love Spot, Morbius is just making Spot yesterday's news. And I get it. Morbius has some really unique utility, but I do think Morbius's rise might be short-lived because Mama Bear, I'm not voting on myself. Let's see what happens here. One of the most fascinating polls of all time is Morbius versus Spider-Ham. That is probably going to be a pretty close poll. Starts out 50-50. We have a lot of people who love Spider-Ham. And right now it's too close to call, so we're going to do the new rule, which is when the votes swing so rapidly, instead of ending it fast, we're going to wait another minute and give everybody who wants to vote a chance to vote. We're also 2 likes away from 50, and that's pretty amazing because our goal is always to get to 50 likes. So please, if you haven't hit the like button, get us to 50 likes. Right now, Spider-Ham is up by 4%, which is also technically within the margin of error for the poll series that we have set forth in the past year on this channel. Ghost Rider, we will not vote on Quake until she becomes a 6-star, and given that that has no chance of happening anytime soon, she is not eligible for the poll, and Quake was my favorite champion in the game overall for a long time, but not now. All right. The vote didn't move, and then, Morbius. This is why you wait another minute to vote. Morbius was down by 4%. He's now up by 6%. And we are done with the minute. And now he's up by 8%. Morbius won that vote barely. Spider-Ham drops to number 8. And we'll do his. I really don't want people to vote for Morbius here, but I have no control. Human Torch gets banned still in so many of my Battlegrounds experiences that it's tough to think he's not a top 6 champ, but what do I know? What do I know? Okay. All right, Human Torch holds on to his spot. Thank you, people, for stopping the rise of Morbius. But now, if you think Quicksilver is a top 10 science champion, well, this is your time to prove it with the poll series, because he's going up against the newly put up Sandman. Also, we got the 50 likes. Woo! Shout out. Ryan Beta's not happy about it. All right, Sandman versus Quicksilver, and Sandman double digits. For those of you that said Sandman deserves to be up there, guess what? You are correct. That is what is literally happening right now. And let's just say that Quicksilver has dropped big time. Like big time. From a top 5 champ to out of the top 10. First honorable mention goes to Quicksilver. Sandman is now a top 10 science champion with a chance to climb even higher, but this is where it gets kind of tricky. Everybody wave to Quicksilver. Goodbye. Good run. The science poll is so deep, like, you could make an argument for any of these 10 champs. Sandman versus Spot right now. Cheers to everybody who's actually watching the replay of this. You are the hardcore 1% of this channel. Big time. And that is a very conclusive poll, of which Spot, I didn't think this would be possible. Spot is now the 10th highest rated champion. We will put him against Void here in a couple minutes. This class, the more I do this poll series, the more impressed I am with how deep this class is. And we have to give Kabam credit where credit is due. It's thanks to them and their designers. Super Soldier 1, or 51 so far, Scorpion has not had a threat to number 1 status. All right. To the people who thought Sandman was going to get too much hype, he stops at number 9. Right now, it is Scorpion 1, Titania 2, Photon 3, Silk 4, OG Hulk 5, Human Torch 6, Morbius 7, Spider-Ham 8, Sandman 9, Spot 10. Sarah Dean, Immortal Abomination's like number 13 now. He was top 10 before today, but that didn't last long. All right. Let's see who wins this one. Wow. Spot versus Void. Void, by the way, is potentially a top 10 champ. And Void has also gotten a little bit better with age. All right, Spot took it, though, safely. 10%, then 6%. Okay. Spot is safely at 10. So, for the final time in 3 months, no Super Soldier 51. We're not voting on my prom date, Invisible 1. Scorpion 1, Titania 2, Photon 3, Silk 4, OG Hulk 5, Human Torch 6, Morbius 7, Spider-Ham 8, Sandman 9, Spot 10. First honorable mentions to Void, Quicksilver, and Spidey 2099. Look, I'm not saying it's scientific because it's not scientific, but that is a pretty good list. It's also the quickest poll we've done, which is great because Mom Bear is going to broadcast soon at the time of recording this. Hit that like button. Stay tuned. We're going to do some crystal openings, and we will see you all next time for the top 20 champs in the game.